Hello again, boys and girls. It is a beautiful day. It's a little bit windy, so excuse the background noise, but today I received the rear brake pads that I ordered. So I'm gonna switch those out. I got my new front brake pads coming on Monday, so I'll switch those out then, but I thought I'd take this opportunity to also talk about some updates that I did over the course of the off season. A couple things that I added. There is something that I took off the bike that I think I'm going to be giving away at the end of this video. So why don't we get into it? Tedious work. Tedious work. Okay, so let's take a look real quick at the difference. These are the old brakes. You can see how dirty they are. You can also see just how much wear there is in comparison to the new. So, boom. It's about half, maybe less, as thick as this boy. So, go again. Rear brakes installed. Monday is a holiday, so I have work off, and that's when I get the front brakes. The back end is super tedious just because of how much stuff is around there. You're limited in your space. It's not difficult, just tedious. The front brakes should be a lot easier. It's a lot more out in the open, and that's really where the bulk of the stopping power is. So I can't wait to get those pieces or those brake pads then, and I'll install them. But in the meantime, let's go over my girl and how she's looking this riding season. All right, let's get into it. All right, so before I get into the details of what I've added, I just wanted to give a quick shot of what my girl's looking like right now. Here she is in all her glory. Not clean, desperately needs a cleaning, especially in the sunlight, but a few minor changes. First thing being this backrest cover from Alex Leathercraft. Now, yes, I said backrest cover. Originally, the backrest that I bought and the mount was directly from Jin's Choppers, which is exactly where I got the sissy bar from. But I bought it in black. It did at the time match the Corbin 2-up saddle that I had, but since then I switched out the Corbin seat for this Alex Leathercraft saddle and pillion pad, and so the black didn't match anymore. So what I ended up doing was contacting Alex Leathercraft and asking them if they can reupholster it. Not only that, this cushion originally was probably maybe twice as thick. So I asked them to trim it down a little bit so that it was roughly as thick as the pillion pad, and they reupholstered it in the similar leather, and they sent it back. It was quite a pain. Shipping overseas is no fun, and Alex Leathercraft is in Germany. But now I have it, and she's great. So I can leave it on, I can take it off. It's an easy swap in and swap out. But because of how new it is, it does need to get some weathering to match the other leather. In any case, great for if and when I do have my passengers on there. After adding this accessory, what I ended up doing was taking this off. Now this is like a leather tank bra I originally had on the bike. I had it over the course of last season, but it was just too much leather at that point. I think it was just feeling a little obnoxious on the bike. So I'll get back to the tank bra at the end of this video and talk about what I might want to be doing with that. But that being said, let's move on to the next. All right, so next up is the quad lock phone mount and dampener. So this dampener, as you can see, it's got a lot of mobility. It helps to absorb impacts and vibrations when you're on the road. That'll help protect your phone and preserve the camera. I used to have this guy, which was actually pretty dope. It mounts about here, and as you can see, it has the phone situated just right above the speedo, super out of the way, super dope. It was a Scout specific mount. Now I took it off because I ended up putting these brackets in, which situates the Kuryakyn Wunderbar speaker. Because of that, I couldn't have this mount here anymore because the speaker interfered with it, and I haven't looked back since. That said, after I took off this rock form mount, I learned that the rock form mounts are, because they're so rigid, the phone essentially absorbs all of the impact on the road, and in my case, and I'm sure in many other cases, it can ruin the phone stabilizing unit in your camera, and that was what happened to me. So I'm super happy with the quad lock purchase. I'll talk about this mount at the end of the video, along with the tank bra, and we'll get to that again later on. So while I'm here, I'll talk about the next addition, which is this Kuryakyn bar riser. So this plate is actually made to hide the wires behind it, but it's attached to these risers. It brings the bars up maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches, and it's just enough to help alleviate some of that back strain when you're on the road. It is great that I do have these Roland Sands mid controls, which already brought everything back by about a foot or so, but even bringing these bars up just a little bit more just really helps with some of the strain that's on your back for the longer rides. It's probably one of the better purchases that I have in terms of riding comfort. And Kuryakyn has great products. They're well made. If I didn't tell you, you probably wouldn't even recognize it's there, with the exception of the plate that obviously has the branding itself. So next up, I have these PSR brake and clutch levers. They're adjustable. That's really the reason why I got them. The black levers that I had from Kuryakyn, they were cool, but they just had my reach super extended, which caused a lot of fatigue, primarily in my clutch hand. It was a little bit frustrating. So I got these guys to bring them in just a little bit closer. There's two issues. One is they don't exactly fit super snug, which I'm gonna have to address at some point. But secondly, and most importantly for me, is that when adjusting the lever, you can only bring them in so much. If you bring it in too much, the bike doesn't register you pulling the clutch in, and I've stalled out twice when I had it locked into the range that I originally wanted. So I had to extend it just a little bit. It still makes it so that the levers are not nearly as extended as they were originally, but you know, I guess they serve their purpose. So buyer beware, and if you're okay with those things, go for it. All right, next up is this Kuryakyn relocation license plate bracket and mounting plate. Does include an LED around the inside. I do like the location of where it leaves the license plate as opposed to right under the fender behind this bag. It brings it a nice subtle location, and the LEDs really do help with bringing attention to it, even though it's in this dark underneath area. Now what I will say is that the wiring for the LED is super sensitive. The soldering is not the best inside. So before I put my license plate in there, I did have to solder it just a little bit to reinforce it so that they didn't pull away, because if it does tear out, you're pretty much screwed because of how small and where the soldering is. But otherwise, I'm happy with the purchase. I'll throw a picture up of what it should look like on a bike, but it's been great. So that's it for the additions that I made in the off season to the bike. I do want to follow up still with a review of this speaker and sound test for you guys to see. I did run into an issue when trying to record the first time that I attempted it. The mic disconnected mid-ride, which was kind of a dud. But I would like to know if we do have any music producers or anybody who creates their own music that's watching the video. And if you do, comment. I'd love to feature your music as part of the sound test. I think it'd be pretty dope, so hit me up. Also, as I mentioned, the tank bra and this rock form mount, I'm not going to be putting them back on the bike. It was just a little bit too much with the tank bra, but it really is a nice aesthetic if you don't overload your bike with leather. So what I'll say is, if anybody's interested, hit me up. I'm not trying to make money off of it. As long as you provide the cost of shipping, I'll send it over to you. That said, point of discretion, for those of you who are familiar with the Indian matte paint jobs, they're super sensitive. So if you are interested in that leather tank bra, I would suggest it be somebody who has either a gloss finish, or you're willing to put, you know, a little protector underneath so you're not ruining the paint job. So I will say that one piece. The other thing is, if you're interested in this Scout specific rot form mount, same thing, you're good to go. Send me your information, hit me up in the comments. As long as you provide the cost of shipping, it's yours. For all the reasons that I mentioned before with the camera stabilizer, I won't be putting it back on my bike. So that'll do it for this video. I think I'm gonna wipe her down, take a ride. It's a beautiful day. It's riding season, so stay on two wheels.